in a match to determine who would get this opportunity. The suspects had to go through 3 other tag teams to get to this night and this opportunity to potentially become NWA World Tag Team Champions.
Absolutely, and this is a championship match here at the Gene Gate Memorial Mayhem 2011. Glad you're with us here on DVD. Highlights will be shown on Rampage Pro Wrestling TV. And when you have 4 men like this, you're going to have some non-stop action here. You're going to have some championship quality match. And that's the goal right here, being held up by Dustin Robinson, that these men are fighting for. And believe me, it will be a fight.
Very much so. These 2 teams now know each other very, very well. Not a lot of surprises either one can bring to the other. They both know that they're dealing with double tough teams. No major size difference between the 2 teams. Potentially an experience advantage, if not a real experience advantage for Murder One. Murder One, in fact, involved in training Kory Chavis. In fact, was involved training Jimmy Rave years back. Murder One so comes in with potential experience, but I think everything else is sort of a wash. You look at AJ Steele, the power man of the usual suspects, and then you look over across the ring and you see John Davis, the power man of the Dark City Fight Club.
Absolutely, and you see a great deal of respect here, as we've always seen the times we've seen these 2 go behind now on AJ Steele, the Black Superman they call him, and he is a powerhouse indeed. Good roll now, throws him off, and power move by AJ.
Yeah, but a good basic wrestling move also. You can't ever deny the fact that while he's a powerful man, he doesn't rely solely on power. He's got a lot more available to him than that. A lot of tremendous wrestling skill, and having worked now for a long period of time with a teacher like Murder One, he's become simply a better athlete and better wrestler and a great tag team partner. That's why they are Rampage Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions coming into this very match.
Which makes them the #1 contenders, and they earned that right in a 4-way tag team battle, even though they were already champions. Other teams obviously wanted this match. They wanted it just a little bit more. Good ride now, and reverse here. And Chavis now with the arm winged back into the hammerlock.
Well, the reality was after, and you pointed it out, 2 previous matches, it was felt by the management and by General Manager Sal Renaro that you had to determine the opponent this time, not simply grant another title match to the Rampage champions, having previously had title matches. So Frankie Valentine and Kyle Matthews had an opportunity. Crew Jones and Sean Banks had an opportunity, and a Jimmy Rave approved team had an opportunity, but the team that came out on top when it was all said and done is in the ring right now with an opportunity to make history.
And they could do that. We just saw a title change, J. Rod losing to Bull Buchanan. You know that title can drop at any given time.
Yes, and I'll tell you, when you become an NWA World Champion, no matter what type, World Tag Team Champion here, you face the best in the business. It was just a week or so ago at a show where the Sheik was crowned new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Colt Cabana, that the Dark City Fight Club were victorious against Ring of Honor superstars, the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark Briscoe. A tremendous match there. In that match, and it's not showing very much here, there was some damage done, I believe, to the left arm of Kory Chavis, but he seems to be okay now, having had some time to recover. We'll wonder if that comes into play at all in this match, or whether even the usual suspects are aware of that particular problem.
Locked up now, Murder One's in there with John Davis. Full arm twist, works on the arm of this big man. And a powerhouse indeed, as you said. Murder One, though, has the experience factor. Full arm twist and standing wrist lock.
Well, John Davis, a well-traveled performer himself, as is Kory Chavis. Both did appear also in addition to the Rampage Superstars at Dragon Gate USA. John Davis, also a regular with Evolve Wrestling in the Northeast, and has been seen all around the United States. These are 2 very well-traveled and very well-known athletes as they come here to Rampage Pro Wrestling defending the world titles. And these are the world titles that were held at one time by people like the Rock and Roll Express, by the Anderson Brothers, by the Midnight Express. All of the great teams in professional wrestling, the people that literally define tag team wrestling, all in general appeared in the NWA. I'm sure Pretty Boy Doug Summers, particularly now, would quibble with that, having been a former AWA world champion, but that's the difference.
And certainly he was a part of the National Wrestling Alliance over the years, and I still can't believe what we saw from him either.
No, it's a total betrayal there, and we've seen an awful lot of that this evening. We've seen betrayal, we've seen shocking things, and we've seen, we've seen a title change so far. We may see another one before the night's over.
And before it's all over, the steel cage is going up.
Well, and that'll be next, coming right after this. So we've had a great show already, and it's not quite done yet. And right here, ramifications that will literally be heard around the world regardless of the outcome of this particular match.
Well, when you are wrestling the NWA World Tag Team Champions, you're wrestling the best, and so everyone around the NWA, around the world where the NWA is seen and watched, everyone's watching.
Very much so. Well, in attendance is the promoter for the NWA Legends event that's going to be here in Atlanta the 4th through, I think it was the 7th of August. Greg Price is here observing these matches, the great stars of Rampage Pro Wrestling. But you know, one of the reasons, as a representative of the National Wrestling Alliance, particularly of the Legends, he's here to see this world title match and see how these two different teams do right here.
Absolutely. More information on that's NWALegends.com. And right now in the ring, Murder One, very methodical, very slow in his movement. You know, when you're wrestling for a title, it's not all that pin-up aggression like you see sometimes in grudge matches, although we do know that it can break loose at any moment with these guys. Right now, they seem to be wanting to outmaneuver each other,
clean break and clean break there. Respectful response here by the crowd. Right now, neither team really taking any major chances in this match. Neither wants to lose the opportunity either to become new champions or to lose those titles early by making a poorly thought move in this particular early going of the match. But you've got to think that the pace of this and the potential pressure on this is going to grow over time.
Step over in the leg, continues the pressure kick out there by Chavis, who is now watching the man, prowling him, eyeing him like a cat.
Now these two, a lot of history here. They know each other very, very well, strengths and weaknesses.
Good float over into a front face lock and reversal into a hammer lock, and now riding him. Tag is made with the boot.
Not a fan of that particular tag, but if the referee wants to allow it, certainly you can. And in that particular case, certainly he was in control. It wasn't a desperation maneuver, so certainly permissible that referee Dustin Robinson allowed it.
And he is the senior official. He doesn't always call it like we see it, but he calls it like he sees it.
Well, he was calling it fairly liberally as we watched Doc Gayton take on the judge a little bit ago, probably at the request of Doc Gayton. He certainly had an agenda as he went in. Didn't work out the way he or we would have wanted it, but a really classy man as he exited this building. A tremendous warm response by this crowd as they witnessed Doc Gayton's final match.
The last time. Now in the ring, AJ Steele, the Black Superman himself, side headlock applied to John Davis. The two powerhouses going at it. Shoots him off now. Good tackle by Steele. And look at the respect as he gets back up.
And AJ Steele laughing, clapping, trying to get under his skin a little bit of a mind game right there. Let's see how effective. Well, takes him down again. It's twice that John Davis has been taken down, and he's not used to that.
No, he's not. And you know, these guys, NWA World Tag Team Champions, they wrestle a different tag team every night, literally. Hard slam that time. But coming into this match, they were well aware of who the usual suspects were.
Well,
so they may have done their homework on them.
And you notice Davis right there, a little bit of that frustration showing. He was taken down twice. Now he just kicked him hard in the back, and now he's saying, come on, you want some, come get some. And I don't think AJ Steele's going to back down a moment. This man was bred to fight, and he's got the short fuse on that team. We know that. Yes, he does. A couple of shoves here. Exchanges between Davis and Steele. And something's got to give here. The tempers will flare. And Murder One saying knock him out. Murder One saying knock him out. Kory Chavis is saying the same to John Davis. Well, there was a technical wrestling match for a while, but it's broken down now into Pier 6 brawl in the ring. Donnybrook, so to speak, arm whips him across. Reversal there by AJ. Caught him that time. Clipped this off his head. Clothesline. Now backs him up. Arm whips him across. AJ caught him in midair. Takes him down. This could be it right there. A little early, but he got all. Whoa, didn't get all of it, I guess. Only a 2 count. And on that, Chavis in spear right there. Murder One going to come in too. Referee not, well, now referee is in position to stop him, but not so much. brings him up and around. Face plant him down with a sit down on that one. And now referee's losing a little control over this, and the technical back and forth wrestling we were seeing earlier is out the window, and out of the ring goes Murder One, and out going after him is John Davis, but AJ Steele going after Kory Chavis on the other side, and we've got a brawl.
The Dart City Fight Club and the usual suspects are back to the street, so to speak, out on the floor, and it's AJ scooping him up with a hard slam on Chavis, and Davis is up here working with Murder One, hard chop to Murder. And Katie barred the door here because all 4 men have left the ring, and the referee is counting for them to get back in.
Murder One rolls back in, breaking the count, and referee is telling him to get to the neutral corner. Murder One, I don't believe the legal man, AJ Steele is at this point, but now we've got the Rampage champions in the ring and the world champions are on the floor, and the match has intensified a little bit right now.
And Murder One certainly behind his man, backing him up as always. AJ's right there, as we said, with that hot temper. And I think the champions may have that going for them if they can get these guys to lose their tempers. They certainly will get off their game just a little bit.
Well, neither of these are 2 teams that you want to get frustrated, want to get irritated, and both teams at this point are at a boiling point, and the 2 power men are back in the ring and staring each other down. Quick cut off with a boot there by John Davis. He lands a boot right there to the chest, another boot to the chest of AJ Steele. Not enough to knock the big man down, but it knocks him back toward the corner where he tags with Kory Chavis.
And double slam backwards into that turnbuckle. Now arm whip. Reversal takes him in. Nobody there. Clothesline by AJ.
Wait a minute. You notice Kory Chavis caught that the left arm, and I believe that was the one that was injured in the match with the Briscoe brothers. And you noticed a flash of pain cross the face of Kory Chavis. Right there, not a flash of pain, a scream of pain comes out of Kory Chavis. Looks like that slightly repaired arm may have been re-damaged right here in this match. As he ran into the corner post, AJ Steele managed to get out of the way.
And AJ taking full advantage of that, working that arm, pounding away now at the arm of Chris Chavis. The Anderson brothers would be proud.
Very much so, and now they've got a body part to move, and it looks like right now they're going to focus on that. But they're not going to focus on it with a wrestling hold. They're going to punch it. They're going to kick it. They're going to make sure that he suffers as much as humanly possible to the point where he's going to want to hand them those World Tag Team titles.
And now it is the Chris Chavis in the no man's land, and he's in the Dark City, all right, the one that belongs to the usual suspects.
Kory Chavis taking a tremendous beating here, trying to fight back with lefts and rights, but the lefts aren't having much, if any, impact. But he manages to make the tag, and good for him on that, because he's got some recovery to do on the outside, and you can see that he's in a world of pain right now as his big man, the partner, John Davis, comes in the ring and takes over on Murder One.
Smart wrestling there by Chris Chavis. Now shoot off by Davis. Charges in and drop kick. Nobody's home. Hits that top turnbuckle. Tag is made. And AJ now pounding away.
AJ in on John Davis, wearing him out, throws him into the ropes. There's a duck one right there, big clothesline, but he's grabbed him. Belly to back suplex, catches it, throws him over with a release. Look at the strength right there by AJ Steele. Goes for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Not enough for a 3 count, says Dustin Robinson.
AJ, you can see the frustration there. Wanting that gold, wanting that fame, that RPW NWA World Tag Team title. The RPW Tag Team Champions have been there for a while. They want to move up that ladder just a little bit further.
Well, now he's wearing him out in the corner with punches. It's not pretty anymore. It's brutal. It's power moves, it's punches, it's elbows, it's kicks. This has become more of a fight than it is a traditional wrestling match, regardless of the quality of the teams. And the severity of the situation is now coming to a head as John Davis forces Murder One back into the corner, and Kory Chavis is back in. But you can tell he's still favoring that left arm. AJ Steele forced out of the ring and now double teaming on Murder One, but AJ Steele trying to come into the ring, and he's being cut off by Dustin Robinson, but not for long. The big man blows by him, is able to cut him off, and I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but it's not going to be pretty. Wait a minute, AJ Steele setting up, and we've got a major crash and burn there, and I don't know who took the worst of that, but it may well have been Murder One up and over with a suplex, the other two down. AJ Steele down too, all four men down in the ring.
I think AJ wasn't sure what to do, but knew he had to do something. And now we have a collision in the ring, bodies laying everywhere. And let's see if AJ can pull it back together.
Crowd appreciating the activity, appreciating the intestinal fortitude, the fight, the aggression in this particular match. And they're seeing an awful lot of it. Referee Dustin Robinson letting an awful lot go at this point, not even sure who the legal man is.
Wait just a minute, Sean Bates coming out here, Crew Jones.
Hot like
These
lava
are the
trying
guys
to intercede.
Didn't get the title match they wanted. Just gonna stick their nose in this match. Clothesline and leg lariat, what is going on here?
Well, and it's right there, Kory Chavis chipping in, manages to get the other half out just as much. They don't want it. Up and down goes Kory Chavis right after getting rid of Crew Jones. Cover by Murder One.
We had new champions
one.
right here.
We got two.
There was
no. Wait a minute.
He's calling for the
Referee's
bell.
calling for the bell.
He called for the bell. We've got new NWA World Tag Team Champions, AJ Steele and Murder One. Can you believe this?
Oh my God.
Major title change here at Memorial Mayhem.
I don't know, want to call this right down the middle. It looked to me that right on the 3 count, it looked to me like Kory Chavis had got that left shoulder up. Referee Dustin Robinson in position. None too happy. John Davis, Kory Chavis, much like with Barry Bull Buchanan. A little bit of a question mark here from my perspective. I don't know what the cameras are going to show when this is replayed, but regardless, we've got new World Tag Team Champions.
Can you believe it? We said it could happen at any given moment. No one had a bigger heart than the usual suspects. They wanted it, they could taste it, and now they've got it. For now, we know the World Tag Team Champions for the National Wrestling Alliance, the usual suspects. Now, they still don't have the titles in their possession. And so we're waiting for the announcement for the winning, the new tag team champions. Let's go to Miss Allie.
The winners of the match and your new NWA World Tag Team Champions, the usual suspects.
We've got history in the making, Bill Behrens, here at Memorial Mayhem. You never know what's going to happen here live at Johnny G's Fun Center.
And I'm sure Dark City Fight Club are going to be on the phone immediately with Executive Director Bob Trowbridge and say, we just had our titles taken, whether that's right or not. That's for somebody else to decide. But right now, new World Tag Team Champions. But you know the Dark City Fight Club is going to want an opportunity soon to get their rematch. And I hope we can get it here at Rampage Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely. Rampage Pro Wrestling making NWA history. New NWA World Tag Team Champions, AJ Steele and Murder One, the usual suspects. So there you see they have the RPW Tag Team titles along with the NWA Tag Team titles. What a great victory.
Tremendous
What a great matchup.
Yet as we leave this match here and as we get ready to put the cage up, Jimmy Rave, Kyle Matthews coming up next, you've got to wonder, they're NWA World Tag Team Champions. What happens when you're World Tag Team Champions and you're also the NWA Rampage Tag Team Champions? How do you defend both titles? I guess only time will tell as to how that's going to be handled.